This is it. Now, there's a backstory to this. First, let me see what the subject is. Preparing for the transition, a part of life's process. This is a part of life's process. It's not just for Muslims. It should be for everyone. But let's just put it in the context of Muslims. We were taught this catechism. A Muslim, a believer, lives as though they're going to pass away or make the transition tomorrow. And then they also live as though they're going to be here forever. Now, I've heard that long ago. I don't know where I heard it. I don't know who brought it to my attention, but I heard it long ago. But I know Imam Mohammed mentioned it.
Says the prophet.
Says the prophet, right? Okay. Remember, and also Imam Rasul's going to assist me with this presentation. Okay. Saying the prophet. You know, I made that comment at a address at a school where I used to work. And people came up to me and said, how can you live like that? So that's the way you should strive to live. Be prepared to leave here tomorrow. None of us know when we're going to leave. We have no idea. I can get through with this and walk out that door, and Allah says it's your time. And call me, okay, or call any of us. We don't know, all right. And then we don't know how long we're going to be here, all right. But that's why I came with this particular topic. This is a part of our life's process, all right. How are you prepared? How have you prepared when the Creator calls you home? What have you left for your family? What have you left for them? What have you left for the community? Have you left them with a burden? Or are you prepared? Now, what do I say, have you left them with a burden? I don't know anyone's names, but I do know the stories. So let me relate one. Right now, there are some believers who are the only Muslims in their family. Only Muslim in the family. Everybody else in that family is of another religion, and some of them are not practicing in no religion. And they pass away. They didn't leave any instructions. They left nothing in terms of how they were supposed to be taken care of, what kind of janazah, burial, nothing. They left nothing. And so there are some families that bury them as Christians. Now here's someone who's been a Muslim for the last 30, 40, 50 years, but he's put away as a Christian. Now, you know, that's an indictment but it's an indictment on the person. You can't blame the family. You can't blame the family if they haven't left specific instructions. Now, if a family goes against the instructions that the person left, then you can blame the family. But you can't blame the family if you haven't prepared. All right. If they have no reference point. So what I'm going to also demonstrate today, I have it, and I have it as a hard copy, which I'm going to keep. I'm using it as my speaking tool, but I have it. I'm going to send it to the Mosque. It's in electronic form. If you want it, all you have to do is contact the Mosque. They're going to set up as a download, and you can download this information and use it as a guide for yourself. My wife and I, we went through this exhaustively. And some of you might want to say, well, so why did you decide to do that? Well, I told my wife always, we periodically look at our insurance policy. I had to change my life insurance from one to another. And I sat down with my wife and I said, okay, now what do we need to have covered? And if I leave here, I've got to leave you in a situation where you don't have to do anything for a whole year or 2 years. You don't have to do anything. House will be paid for. You do what you want to do. But we are now, for us who are Muslim men, married, that's an obligation on us. It's not something we just decide we want to do. It's an obligation. We have to do that. All right? And so I asked my wife and so what we did was, we went through this, and I'm going to go through it in this presentation exhaustively. We're getting ready to take a road trip. We're going from here to Phoenix, Arizona. Spend out there with my wife's niece for Thanksgiving. I guess my wife was worried, was something going to happen to you, us on that road? We want to make sure, and this is what we did now. We have one son. We got 3 grandchildren. And my son is like almost all young people. We come talk to him about making transition. We talked to him about if something happens. He said, why y'all talking like that? Because we don't know. We weren't promised to come back here to Chicago. We weren't promised, we could have been gone before we got back here. We're traveling, we were driving, okay? So we told him, we put all this information together, told him where all the documents were, everything, and told him how we want to be buried, how we're Muslims, how we want to be buried, everything. We have our resting places already been paid for. All of that is put in place, you know. Now, we're just blessed to be able to do that. Everybody is not. But that's why I'm talking about this now. Because if you have not done it, you need to do it. The worst thing you can do is make a burden on that Muslim community to have to put you away. That's the worst thing you can do. Why would you do that? When all you have to do is make a few plans, set up a few plans. And they got insurance policies now, just for taking care of those final expenses. And they're not that expensive. They're not that expensive. But whatever you should do, you should not leave the community burden with having to put you away. They have to go out and take up a collection to put you away. Now, there's something wrong with us if we allow ourselves to do that. Okay. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this. And this first Sunday presentation. Okay, so I want to call your attention to the screen here. And oh, my wife is there. So let me go through this. She put this together. It's called a survivor's checklist for arrangements. When it says survivors, whoever's left behind. We're gone. I'm gone. She's gone. Whoever's left behind. If whoever's left behind, this is what they can pull up. But you can use this also. This is just a suggestion. Let me digress just briefly. There's a Muslim sister. She calls in my lifeline. And I don't want to say her name because I may get it wrong. But she sent me a booklet that's called, it's similar to this, but it's not as extensive as this. But it was something for your loved ones. And I have the booklet, but I think they were using it in Atlanta because they needed something, because people had no roadmap to be able to do something like this, all right? But when I compared that to this, what my wife has put together, this is much more extensive. So I'm going to use this, and I'll make it available to you. All right, so this is begin, come back up. Let's begin at the top. Who will handle funeral arrangements, care for the body, embalming, or no embalming? Right across from it, funeral home location. And then right across from that, usually here's a contact name. So the burial, cemetery, location. Note if it's full. This is what you should do. Note if it's been paid for or if there's something owed on. Okay. Who's the contact? Who's the contact name? The number. Where will the janazah or funeral be held? Okay. Place of worship, mosque, church, or whatever. Contact name, number. Now I've told my wife, wherever the mosque has held, if it's this building, I don't care where it's at. This is where I want my janazah. Now I'm just telling her. No, my wife said, well, it ain't big enough. This is where I want my janazah. I don't care if people have to stay out in the parking lot. Why? This is why. This is me. This is me, and this is where this is me. I walk in these doors. This is home. I'm just telling you like it is. That's the way I feel. I don't know about nobody else. This is the way I feel. This is home. All right. Get a big hall for the repast. But the janazah, I want mine right here. If it's not here, if the mosque has built the facility, and that's the mosque has home there, I have it there. But that's what I want it. Now, she's sitting here. Not just, y'all know about this, she already knows. We are going to find a place for the repast. That's the large place, all right, where people can come. And a repast is just that. You're supposed to come and enjoy yourself. And remember that person, right? Shouldn't be no sad occasion. No, they be in here crying and all like that. Now I got some Christian relatives. Okay. And I know how some of them. I got some brothers and sisters. I may go before they go. I know them. I told my wife. They come into a janazah. They come into a Muslim janazah. This is the way it's done. Don't have any of them tell her what they gonna do. This, she already knows what's gonna be done. They don't like it, too bad. Too bad. All right. Camp's not gonna be open. This is gonna be. Just remember the way you looked at me the day before I left here. Whatever you want to remember me. That's what you remember. We're not gonna do that. This is not mine anyway. But she's charged with it. Okay. Not mine anyway. And she's told me the same thing. That's the way she wants hers. All right. She didn't say where she wanted that. It's up to her. But I'm having mine wherever the Mosque is. Okay. Anyway. Okay. All right. So now, come down. Obituary information. Some people don't know. We put it together. Okay. This is a good information. Use information from the death certificate sheet. There's a sheet on the back of this. We're gonna come to that. To help put together obituary. Did you know we've already written ours? I've written mine. My wife has written hers. And nobody got to come to write our obituary. It's already done. Now all I got to do is tweak it a little bit as I add on a few years. Okay, but it's done. It's done. Why is that? Where's Brother Tapp? Can I take this call? Excuse me, just a second. That's something, brother.
You're on mic.
You on the mic, brother.
Hey, then you talk to him. He's calling about because he's in the lending circle and he has a call about that money. so that's why I said I wanted to take this. All right. Okay, so we've written our video. All right. Like I said, maybe tweak it a little bit, but it's already done. All right. So if you can do it ahead of time, I'm not saying you have to, but if you can, do it. All right. The information should be in there. Religious affiliations, history of education, employment, clubs, awards, surviving relatives. All right. Now, people are notified. You know, when you make your transition, a lot of people don't. Okay, so who should we call? Who do I need to call? Make a list if you can. Before you pay, make a list of the people and relatives and get their phone numbers and stuff. My wife has all my sisters and brothers' phone numbers and others, and let them know. All right. I've also asked my wife. I'll give her a picture. You know, there's some pictures that I use. What they call public pictures, so that when you send information to Greens or Pizza, whatever, send my picture. If you just send my name, a lot of people know me. But if you send my picture, people don't even know my name. Oh yeah, I know that, brother. Because a lot of times I get the Greens of Peace knowledge about someone who's passed or whatever, and all I have is a name. What is that? You know, and some names are similar, am I correct? You know, some people have some of the same name. And so we try to think of who was that. So I asked them, send my picture. Okay. Now, this is also real important, this last one. Locate and keep important documents, and we list them below, in a fireproof, waterproof safe, not a safe deposit box. Why not a safety deposit box? Let me tell you why not. Because everybody doesn't have access to a safety deposit box. You have to have given them access to it. All right? But if you keep these documents in a safe in your home and you tell your next of kin or someone this is where they are, all right, they know where to go and get those documents. And it will, power of attorney for healthcare, finances, birth certificate, all this information. These are important documents. Have them in a safe place, as I say, in a safe in your home. That'll be very helpful. It's going to be really helpful for your next of kin who has to come in and take care of business for you. Two things, and these are two things that we don't do. Another two things we don't do. You should always have someone designated power of attorney for your health care.
That's right.
And someone designated power of attorney for your finances. All right? Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
If you are legally married, that person is your automatic power of attorney unless you designate someone other than that specific person.
That's correct. You're correct. But let me tell you what families do. Now, I don't hate to go.
I got nine.
Let me tell you what families do. If it's not written down,
They get amnesia.
they want to come up and say, "What? Oh, well, you know, she told me this. She told me she wanted this. Or she told me I could have this." I'm telling you, I've gone through it. I've gone through it. So, yes, sir, buddy, ma'am.
I have experienced that with being Imam
Yes.
and dealing with Janaza. Muslim brother married to
Non-Muslim.
Non-Muslims.
and they don't make preparations.
Mhm.
And the non-Muslim, I have a big hassle of trying to get them to go Islamic way. Most cases, you know, they're the white, so they end up burying them and have them at the church, bury them as a Christian.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Right. So this is a key. When you have it written down
And notarized.
and notarized.
I'm a notary.
Okay. When you have it written down and notarized, then if they go against those wishes, all the person has to do is to bring the information out. And if we have to go to court, we go to court. So no. This is the way they said they wanted to have this done. All right. Now, on this next page, the funeral home. Well, actually, the funeral home needs this information to finalize the death certificate. And there's all the information right here. All right. This is information that the funeral home needs, and it makes it real easy. All right. It's all listed there. And I won't go down, say each one, but what happens is, if you have this all right close at hand or in the place where your next of kin can have it, they have it right away and they can give it to the funeral home, and so they can develop and get the death certificate taken care of. All right. Okay, now let's flip to the next page. Important contact information. Okay, this is really good for you or your spouse. Your primary doctor information. Who's the contact? If applicable, notify again agent on the power of attorney, executive of loved one's will, your attorney if you're dealing with a probate in a state. But the key thing is make sure that you've designated someone for your power of attorney for health care and for finances. And we ran into this, and this is important. There are some banks that even though you have a power of attorney for finances, there's a document that they want to have on the bank. So that, because the person's gonna walk in and take control of whatever money you have in that bank, whatever your bank, or whatever business you have there, okay? And some banks wanna make sure that they have the document that they have of their own that you've taken care of. So if that's the way your bank is, and if you bank with them, ask them, is there any other documents that we need to use or you will have beyond just the power of attorney for finances for my loved one, and ask your bank. And if the bank says yes, find out what that document is, get it and execute. Okay. Yes.
I have a question.
Yes.
For some apparent reason in my mind, I'm thinking that either someone has said that the power of attorney ends at death.
No. No, it doesn't. No, this is power of attorney ends at death?
Yes.
No, it doesn't. A power of attorney is set as long unless it's changed by the person who gives the power of attorney. And once the person passes, it doesn't end. They just connect. Now, if they name someone else as an executor of their will, then it ends.
Okay.
Because then the executor of the will takes over. And so, but if it's, and sometimes it can be the same person. All right. But it's the same person who has power of attorney and the executive of the will, they just go, and with the executive will, they just go and take care of their last wishes. Whatever their wishes were, it was laid out in that will. The executive, they care. Now, if you have any questions about it, just consult an attorney. Consult an attorney. All right. So, very important. Of course, in terms of notifying persons that you've made the transition, your spouse has made the transition, the spouse's employer, if they're still employed, inquire about 401k, pension, company benefits, things like that. Social Security. If the person's getting Social Security, you have to let Social Security know right away that they make the transition. All right? Right away. My wife has gone through that with her dad. If they've made the transition and they're in the process of sending the check or whatever, let them know and they'll stop it. If it gets there, you got to send it back. Don't take the check and cash the check.
Because if you do, they'll go back into your account and take their money.
That's right. That's right. Do not do that. All right? Once the person's passed away, Social Security ends. The only thing is that they have survivor benefits. Now, if they have a survivor, but that's something else. That's the process you have to go through. All right? But go through that process and do it the right way. Okay. For the Imam?
Yeah, I just want to say, also on the death notification, the funeral home is obligated to notify Social Security also.
Okay. The Imam and Jane said the funeral home is also required to notify Social Security that the person, if the person is receiving Social Security. See, in my case,
It doesn't make it that they have a Social Security.
oh, they have a Social Security. That's right. They have a Social Security card, so they notify. I don't get Social Security. I have a pension, because I work for the state, and so we didn't pay Social Security, we paid into our pension fund, so I don't get it. So, but my wife has, I don't get none. I don't get a damn. I wish I did. I paid into it for so long. I wish I could get some. And someone told me, well, you know, I can show you how you do it. You can go to work for us. I said, I ain't going to work for nobody for no time. No, I'm working for myself. I said, that little money, they can have it. You know, they can have it. Okay, Brother Mark, and then your sister. Go ahead, Brother Mark. Yes.
Do you have copies of these here?
I have a copy of it. Let me tell you how you're going to get it.
All right.
And how you get it. Just contact the Mosque Cares. You can download it. It's going to be electronic. I'm going to send it to them electronically.
All right.
Okay?
All right.
That's the new future. We're not going to kill a whole lot of trees. The new future is electronically. You'll have it. You can have it in your email. Or now you can print it out if you like. But I didn't want to kill a lot of trees to pest. Okay?
If I can contact you, you can put it on my email.
Yes, sir. Hey, if you want to do that way, I can do that too.
All right.
All right. Yes, sir. Sister.
I just want to emphasize, because I know you went past this, please be very mindful when a person's employed. Because employers will not tell you the benefits
That's right.
that you may have, just maybe one time your yearly salary, but you have to be the beneficiary at the job in order to receive that. And if you have no one, then that becomes a legal matter. You become the executive of the state. Then you can go back and get the money.
Right. There's and I didn't know this. I work for the City College of Chicago. I didn't know they had a insurance policy on me. They have insurance policy on most of their management. They do. I didn't know that. $75,000. Right? I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I retired. I didn't know it until I retired. When I retired, they said, not only that, they said, for the first 10 years of your retirement, we will pay for this policy for you. Okay, that's what they think. They said, then after 10 years, if you want to keep the policy, you can take the policy over. Do you think I'm going to keep that policy? Absolutely. Look, absolutely I'm going to keep it. Because what I've always,
Thank you.
Okay. Anyway, I'm going to keep that policy. All right. Now, just say it like this. We got plenty enough money for my wife to take care of. All she needs to take care of. And for her to be taken care of. Thank you, Lord. Okay. If your loved one happens to be a veteran, you know you have to contact the Veteran Administration. Okay. Motor vehicles. If they own a vehicle or whatever, you should contact the Secretary of State in that particular state, and whatever you're going to do with the vehicle. This is really important. Contact the Board of Elections. Once a person passed away, let the Board of Elections know that they have passed. So no one will be trying to vote in their name. All right, nobody should be voting in their name. Postal Service, the same thing. Okay. Now, the 3 credit agencies: Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. Whoever the executive or whoever they appointed to take care of their financial should let them know that person's made their transition. So no one is gonna start opening up no accounts in their name. All right, right? Because if they don't know, there's nothing they can do. There's nothing they can. If they don't know the person that's passed away, there's nothing they can do. All right, so let them know they've passed away. All right, online accounts to close: PayPal, Amazon, Yahoo, Google, and Hotmail. Now, I have done this. It's up to you if you want to do it. My wife has all my logins, all my passwords. I told her one thing I want to be kept though: my Facebook page. I want it to be memorialized. Now, you might not know that you can do that, but you can. You can have your Facebook page memorialized. And I want it to be just like it is. Whatever's there, I want it to be just like it is when I pass. Why is that? Do you know, if you have it, I don't have you, but you haven't, but I've gone to my Facebook page. You know, all those pictures I put on my Facebook, all the things I've done, I'm just going to wipe it all out? No. I want it to stay there. That's a record. And now mine is a good one. Now, I don't know about nobody. I can just tell you about mine. Mine is a good one. I want it to be there. So people can come look at it anytime. What was this person like? I got pictures of, my wife, these events. There's going to be so much. There's some good things, and there are some people who misuse Facebook. But what do we know? What is it we always know? Anything that's good, that's been created good. Satan comes in and tries to corrupt it. All right? And so there's people who misused it, but there's some good things about Facebook. And that's the things we focus on. When we do this Facebook Live, do you know, before they came up with Facebook Live, I was paying now, this was my own choice though, $49 a month to use live stream. And I was live streaming, but it was costing me $49 a month. Now, before I left, they raised it to $99 a month. I stayed on the $49 a month plan, all right? But now, I don't pay anything. And I use Facebook. It goes to a much broader audience, and not only, and then it stays there, okay? And that's what I mean. It's there. It's archived there, all right? So I've asked my wife to make sure my Facebook page stays up and be memorialized. After a lot of calls their way.
It's a good history for your family.
It is a good history.
History for your grandchildren. Go back and say, hey, it's my grandfather.
Right.
This is what he did this day, this time.
That's right. It is a good history. All right. Okay, next page. Oh, you're there already. All right, so. Right. If you own a home, you want to contact the lender and let them know that your spouse or has made a transition and take care of the business. Whatever you need to take care of.
If you that's a whole different dynamic, and that's a lawyer thing, because several things that happen if you notify the lender. They can say we want the loan called today.
That's correct.
Or you could keep paying the mortgage and keeping it up, and then at some point have it transition to another person, not necessarily named for the mortgage, but that's an attorney thing.
It can be. You're right. It can be. Now, what I have done is I left enough money for my wife to make a decision. What she want to do? You want to keep the house? There's the money. Pay it off. It's your house. All right. You want to sell it? Whatever she decides to do. Okay. So, see, what I'm trying to do is keep down all that what you just talked about. People walking in, talking about, the lender talking about, no problem. You ain't got to worry about, we want the loan. Here it goes. That's right. Here's your money. Here's my house. I got my house. Right. And right. No. Now, unfortunately, I heard just a little about a week ago, a colleague of mine, and this happened to us so often. People do not leave any plans. They pass away. The children, even if they're adult, have made no plans to take over anything for their house. Let the house go in there. Either the lender comes back and take it in probate, in foreclosure, or they don't pay the taxes. And the taxes taken. But they lose the house. Now here's someone who's paid, the house paid for, and they lose it. If it's paid for, the taxes. If it's not, it may be another 10 years on it. But they paid on the house for 20 years. How would you let the lender take the house back? But do you know what happens? It happens every day. Because we have not planned. All you got to do is lay out a plan. All right?
And can I say something?
Yes, sir.
That's the dilemma that believers have. With us, it's been a struggle for us since the passing of Imam Mohammed. Not talking about the program, I'm talking about his ministry, his legacy. It's been a struggle with us because the believer is humble and submissive, but the greedy person is aggressive and progressive, and they would join together to tear something down way quicker than they would pick up a hammer to build something.
That's correct. That's correct.
And that happens in families.
It happens in families
Greedy
all the
person
time.
don't need another bite of food.
No.
Eat everything, house and home.
It happens all the time.
And that's happening.
That's happens all the time.
And you'll say, let them go. Allah
Yes.
punish them.
Yes.
But we shouldn't do that.
That when you have a large family, when I take it takes the stress and the pain off of your family. When my mother passed on, when I tell you my mother had everything to the dress she wanted to wear, who get this and who get what. And when they started fighting about it, I said, take that up with your mom. That's what your mama said. That's what your mama said.
Right.
She had everything except she didn't tell us what to do with the dog.
Okay.
Somebody like
So
that.
when you think about your family, you think about passing or leaving on, think about the burden responsibility that you don't want left on your family.
There you go. I agree.
Appreciate
I agree. They will appreciate it. Homeowners insurance. You have to let them know when your spouse, particularly your spouse, is on that insurance with you. Let them know you made the transition and what you need to do. The name on the property tax bill. If your both names on it, you got to let them know that one of them has made a transition, but you're going to continue on with the payments. Of course, life insurance. That is the most important. And let me just say this. The treasurer of the state of Illinois, he was challenged by some of these life insurance companies. You know why he was challenged? Because there's a few of these life insurance companies that were not letting beneficiaries know that they were beneficiaries on policies. Now, this is something that we have to make sure. See, if you don't let people know that they're a beneficiary on a policy that you have, some insurance companies don't think it's their responsibility to do that. Why? Because they don't have to pay out the money. But the treasurer said, that's not right.
That's right.
He said, that's not right. So he went after it. Do you know they lobbied? They said they lobbied against it. I'm not going to call the name of these insurance companies. And tried to get him defeated. He won re-election now, but tried to get him defeated as a treasurer because they said he overstepped his responsibility as a treasurer. Right? Because he said they have to let people know that they are beneficiaries on these accounts. But they passed a law and went through. They have to go back, I think, 10, 15, 20 years. And they have to let people know. If they haven't let them know that they're beneficiaries, they have to do that if they do business in the state of Illinois. And let them know that they're beneficiaries on these accounts. All right? Other than that, they just keep the money. All right? Now, this is something that I'm telling all of us, that's something we must do. If you have a life insurance account, make sure that those people who are beneficiaries, let them know they're beneficiaries of it. All right? So if something happens, you let them know. All right? And get the money from the insurance company. Remember now, the person, like, I pay on my life insurance every month. Every month we pay it. My wife pays on hers. All right? Now, what do we look like in this? And we have beneficiaries. What do we look like in the insurance company? Keep our money.
That's a shame.
All right. So, now, I can tell you, my son knows he's a beneficiary. My wife knows she is. And I'm charging my son, making sure my grandchildren get theirs. All right? That's all you can do, because I'm gone. I'm not here. But Allah's going to hold him accountable if he don't do what he's supposed to do. If my wife is not here and we're gone, go hold him accountable. All right? So I just encourage you to do that. Pension. I have a pension. My wife is a beneficiary. And I have a contingent beneficiary. That is the secondary. And that's my son. He's a contingent beneficiary. So, but make sure that you let them know that. And the information you record. Investments, I don't have any. But if you have some, except in my business, I do have those. And I told my wife, if you want to keep them going, keep them going. If you don't, well, you wind them down, and, But I'm hoping my grandson will pick up on some of what I'm doing, You hope some of what you're doing going to continue on, but you're gone. You can't guarantee it's going to happen. Of course, we got down to the banks, and of course, here's where it's important to go to the bank and make sure that they will share in the information on the power of attorney for finances, and if there's any other forms, make sure you get those forms and complete them. So it can make it so much easier. And at that time, your family need that money. You gone, I'm gone. I'm gone. My pension and all that's not coming in. And they need they need to go grab that money.
Make sure that someone's name is as a beneficiary on the account as well.
Well, we know that. Make sure that a name is beneficiary on the account. But mine, my wife is.
In reference to the bank, also, you may have, I know, I set up like when you have automatic payments.
Yes.
You need to stop all those
automatic payments.
You need to sit down with the banker and say, okay, I know it's automatic payment, let's shut all those down.
Yes.
But your check is going to your account, you look up, your money's gone. Because it's done with those automatic payments.
That's correct. That's right. This is why it's important to have the appropriate documents, and that your spouse or whoever's left, you charge them and go to the bank and sit down and take care of that business. Yes, sir. What's on?
What if you've got 2 or 3 life insurance?
Well,
2 or 3 beneficiaries. Or one ball.
Say that question again.
What if you got 2 or 3 life insurance?
I got 3.
He's not answering you. He said,
Can I answer the question? Can I answer the question? I have 3. You have to have whatever beneficiaries you have on each one of those policies, that the beneficiaries know. Let them know that they're beneficiaries on that policy, where the policy is,
right, and
how they get access to it. Okay? So I wasn't trying to be flippant. My wife and I, we've been married. This month.
We're all family, and we know.
Right. This month, inshallah. This month.
And we love you for being you.
We've been married 39 years. All right. So, this is the way this is the way we roll. I mean,
He's alpha type.
Yeah. So anyway, again, car insurance, same thing. You have car insurance policies, make sure, my wife is on hers, but make sure you cancel it if you're gonna sell the car. So you don't have to keep paying the insurance policy. Once the person passes away, cancel the insurance policy, whatever, if you're gonna sell a car, but somebody's gonna get the car, they have to get their own insurance. All right? So, same thing with car loans. And this is something that we did. Are we on that page? Yes. Okay, car loans. We have two, but you want to notify the lender that the person's passed away, and then what do you want to do? You want to pay it off, or keep the vehicle, or send it back? Whatever you want to do, it's your decision. Okay? That means it's the survivor's decision. Businesses. Now, this may not apply, but I can tell you it applies in my case because I have 2 corporations. And so, but my wife knows about all of it. We work with it. So, but you have to contact. We have 2 corporations. Okay, I apologize. I misspoke. we have 2 corporations. I'm half owner. She's half owner. But if I make my transition, she's the sole owner. All of it goes to her. If she makes hers, I'm the sole owner. All of it comes to me. Right. That's the way we have it set up. And the beauty is, then we have to make sure we take care of the annual reports and things like that. Credit cards. My wife sat down. We put down every credit that we have and the balance. I have for mine, she has for. It's all in the file. I go pick it up and now, don't believe this. Somebody tell you, well, once you pass away, all your debts are paid. No, they're not. No, they're not. No, see, I got this. No, look, I got you. No, that's the common.
Even if you pay it on the car,
No, that's the common thinking. That once you pass, all your debts are paid. No, they are not.
Unless.
Okay, here's the unless. Okay, so wait, now I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say what the Quran says. Now, you can go ahead and say what you want to do. Let me tell you what the Quran says. Now, I won't say it. I asked Imam, one of the Imams, can you tell me what the Quran says about debts?
In other words, the inheritance after the payment of legacy.
Okay, all right. So anyone who gets any money that you leave is after the payment of legacies and debts.
Right.
All right, not before, after. Now that's what the Quran said. Now what you do is up to you.
You and Allah.
That's between you and Allah. But
You say you Muslim, though. You
right. But if you're Muslim, if someone has loaned you some money, you can't say, okay, he passed away, the debt's paid. Wait a minute, what about my money that I loaned you? Put yourself in the debtor's position. Right? Okay. So what does that mean? Make sure you prepare, get enough insurance. Prepare ahead of time. You already know you got that debt to pay. I could use this as an example. It's a good example. The lending circle. And our lending circle, yes sir.
It would benefit us to say that one more time for black folks. And y'all know what I mean.
Right. Yeah. That once you pass away, all your debts are not paid. They're not paid. I don't care what no one says. The burden goes to your family. But you should just prepare. Just prepare. We have a lending circle. And if I get a loan from the lending circle and I pass away tomorrow, I have a debt. I've taken that debt. I have a debt to the lending circle. I just can't say, okay, I passed away. Y'all on your own. No. I've already set up with my wife. If that happens, we've already put money aside for that. To my wife, well, you get this money to such and such. If you're not going to go, get them to such and such. So we can make sure the lending circle continues to go on. That's like with any debt. So we prepared ahead of time. I have enough insurance to take care of all of that. Take care of all of those. But we sat down and did this. Okay, this how much money we have to have. And when we pay off this, okay, that's a little extra money for this. All right, that's all you have to do.
Can I say something as well?
Yes.
With this process.
Wait. Get your text.
This legal document. You have to say, I being in sound mind.
Yes, go ahead.
I just want to mention that this process has taken us about 2 years to complete. It started with us with the idea and formulating this particular document, which was another about a couple of months for me to develop this, but it is something that is ongoing and it does take time, so you have to put your investment in this for your loved ones.
Yes, it's so important. Yes, sir.
One thing I wanted to mention, you may have said it, but I didn't hear it on as far as the pensions go, the beneficiary on your pension.
Yes.
If you or your spouse have a pension, right, and she's the beneficiary on there,
yes,
and her check will continue after you're gone.
Yes.
Make sure she knows that.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. But my wife knows it. she certainly knows it. And you're right. He was saying, if you have a spouse, if you're receiving a pension, and you know that they have what they call survivor benefits, they have survivor benefits.
That's right.
Make sure that they know that. They make sure they know so they can and so they can contact when they got the contact to come to let them know that you've transitioned, and that whatever they need to go through to make sure they survive, the benefits continue. That means that they relocate because they got to know where they're going to send their money. They may be direct deposit into your account or whatever. But just take care of that business. This is the key thing, brothers and sisters. If I put myself in a situation, if I've made my transition, I can't be here to do it. Okay, that means you got to make sure that you do it, because I left it so that this is for you. But if you don't do what you're supposed to do, now let me tell you something. Don't think people do this for you. They will not. They will not do this for you. You have to do it for yourself. All right. You know how money is. People ain't gonna give out no money. They're just not. But it belongs to them. Yes, sir, brother man.
Somehow, when it comes to survivor benefits, we should have knowledge. People should understand that many retirement benefits, they'll offer you a lump sum, and most of the time, if you're in good health, it's not advisable to take the lump sum.
That's right.
My father lived my mother was a teacher, and my father lived another 10 years. They offered him $2,000. He said, that looked good to me. Don't do that, Dad. And sure enough, it did. And now my wife, my first wife, has passed away. It's now 18 years. And I'm still getting survivor benefits. Okay. Whereas the lump sum, I think her lump sum was going to be something like $5,000, something like that. I'm still collecting. So you should understand the difference between lump sum, which look good right now, and especially if you're in good health, because none of us know how long, we may not even get a chance to spend the lump sum.
Right.
Under ordinary circumstances, if you're in good health, the continuation of the benefits is better than lump sum.
Sure. Okay. Yes, sir.
Many times on survivor's benefit, it's prorated on percentage that the survivor's spouse gets.
Right.
You don't necessarily get the whole benefit that you get.
Right.
So
correct.
You're 50% of what
you're correct. But that 50% is better than nothing. You're right. It might be 50%. But the point is, they'll get it as long as that survivor is living. They get that benefit, right? And you can count that as income for that survivor, right? And this is what I'm speaking of. Because what you want, you don't want to leave your family destitute. You don't want them to leave my wife. Okay, she got to go back to work in order just to survive. You don't want to do that. And none of us want to do that. And we don't have to do that. And not only that, I got a pension. I work for my pension. Anybody giving me anything, I work for it. And it's there. Doesn't it make sense to take advantage of it? All right. Okay. Somebody? All right, brother. Come on, you have to turn it off when you're in here, okay? All right, thanks. Yes, sir.
On Social Security.
Yes, Social Security.
Now, survivors can get Social Security benefit. Now, if two people getting Social Security, if my benefits are higher than my wife's, can she cancel hers and get my benefit because it's paying more than her?
Now, somebody may know that. I don't know. Just I see Brother Imam, Brother Imam, he's saying yes. So, you want to answer that question?
Yes, you can do that.
The highest pay.
The highest pay, you can cancel the lesser pay for the higher pay.
Okay.
People should know that.
That's good to know. So for Social Security benefits, if two people are getting it, and the one makes a transition, that the higher paid benefit, they can cancel the lower pay and keep the higher paid benefit. Right. All right. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to ask that it should be said though that the survivor doesn't get those benefits until he or she reaches retirement age. Yes.
For the survivor. Oh, that means that they pass away before they retire.
Right. He or she can't get until they're 65 or older.
Yeah.
Or unless they're 55 with a disability. then they can pick up the Social Security.
Okay, those are technical Social Security questions. It's good to know. It's good to know. You're right. And they usually say that when this happens, that you should go meet with a Social Security representative. Make sure you know what your rights are, so you can know what you need, so you know what to expect. All right. And I encourage that also. All right. So credit cards. What we did, we listed all of them. We listed the amount that's owed. And that helped me make sure, I'm have to make sure that we had enough insurance to cover those. So when we pass on, we won't be getting all these calls from someone that he has this debt. And then he said, well, he's passed. Debt paid. No, it's not paid. Did he leave in the state? I'm telling you now, it's not paid. Did he leave in the state? And they were sued. They're coming to sue the state. You know? So that's why I say, that thing about your debts are paid when you pass, no, they're not. Okay. Last page. I put it up there already. Utilities and things like this. This is just information that is good to have. We have ComEd, so there's information there. If the ComEd bill is in the person who's passed name, is going to be changed out of their name into someone who's living. All right. So that's going to be taken care of. Same with the gas bill. The finance and utility bill, saying that we have water and sewer. Any of these things, they can't be kept in the name of someone who's deceased. Once the person's deceased, you got to put it in the name of someone who's living. All right. So it's good to have the contact numbers of these places so you can take care of that. Home phone, cell phone, internet, cable, those things like that. Subscription to services, same thing. I subscribe to I subscribe to the Digital Tribune. My wife wanted, she want to keep it. You don't have to change that. She just keep paying the bill. You know, if she wants to. Okay, so this document is just a guide. I'm going to send it to the Mosque. All you need to do is contact them, and you can download it. You can use it free of charge for yourself. All right. A lot of work is done, so you don't have to do all that work. All right. You're gonna do it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
First one, will you be offering this workshop at the convention? Because it could be advertised, and I'm sure it will be well attended.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Second, would you and your wife be willing to provide arrangement consultation to families for a fee, because it's greatly needed?
Yes.
Well, the first one, yes. I'll be glad. Because if Allah bless me, I've already made my arrangements to be at the convention. But I want to do 2 workshops. If I have to do that now, I'll do 2. Because I'm going to definitely do one on the Linden Circle. I'm not going to let that. It's been such, and I got a few things, but I'm going to do one on the Linden Circle. The concept is such a good concept. But this is, you're absolutely correct. But that second one, brother, how's it? As a consultant, I hear you. I certainly wouldn't mind if someone was to call me and ask me,
Like as a consultant.
is how did we go about doing this? What would you recommend or something like that? I'll be certainly, no charge. Wouldn't charge them anything. I'll be glad to give them that information if I have the time. But now if someone if someone has passed or something like that, I'll make the time. Because sometimes people are, and at that time, it's a real stressful time. This is why I say it's good to plan ahead. So you don't have that stress, leaving the stress on your family members. Try to plan ahead as best you can. For those who are watching the tape, they're going to see this. It's going to be set up on YouTube.
That's
yes, sir.
It's okay for us to put this legal
absolutely.
document.
And not only that, the document, and my email address. I'm going to leave my email address. Although I really prefer them to contact the Mosque, but I need my email address.
Right, we could tell them if people call or write.
Yes.
Tell them that we give them the YouTube link.
Right, and then they have more questions.
We'll give them a document.
Yes, and if they have more questions, they can certainly email me, and I'll be glad to respond to them. Because any way we can do to keep people from being taken advantage of, number one, because that's the time. If it's any time that they're taken advantage of, that's the most vulnerable time. You go in and pay too much money for a casket. You pay too much money for a grave. I'm telling you, at that time, one of thing is the undertaker simply want to know how much money you got.
Yeah.
You know, how much money you got. And they're going to try to get all of it. You know, they're going to try to get it all. Yes, sir, brother, man. Yes, sir.
Did you prepare for the material for shrouding? Did you put that in there?
No, that what we put in there, where was it? Yes, sir, as we said, who will handle the funeral arrangements, care for the body, embalming woman. We put that in at the top. So who's going to do this? This is what needs to be done. Now, hope is that if the
This
person
can evolve. For the Mosque case, we can find links that support this.
Yes.
We can gather more information to support this.
that would be good because you know, people are all over they're all over the country.
We'll make sure that it's okay.
Right, they're all over the country, and they need to know what this whole process entails. Yes, sir, brother, man.
You know, making our transition, we don't know the exact time or anything, but with my first wife, because she had a diagnosed condition that she was terminal, we had 2 years of planning. Not only was her obituary done, she had stipulated who was to do the janaza prayer. She stipulated why. She said she wanted me to do it because the other imams be standing around giggling when the religion calls for speedy return to the earth. And so she stipulated why. She didn't want a repast. She said, let's have a pre-pass, before I go. So we had a celebration the Saturday on Wednesday.
All right.
That Saturday, everybody she knew, including her sisters from California, that got here, came because they were all notified that she was, the two sisters that came from California, they were planning to come the 4th of July. My daughters let them know that we don't think she's going to make it the 4th of July. And they were able to get here in June. She passed in June.
That's planning. That's planning. As best you can plan. Now, for us, for anyone who says, I'm going to use my son as an example. Oh, Daddy, why are you talking about? Look,
It's got to be done.
you got to talk about it. This is a part of life's process. My wife didn't ask him, but he's engaged now. He'll be married. But she asked me, so have you made these arrangements for yourself? He's got three he's 2 children of his. And the other one, he met her when he met his mother. The child's mother, but he has 2 children. What have you put in situation for them? Now, my wife and I, we've made some provisions for my grandchildren, but he's our child. You know, what have you done? All right, none of us know where we're going to go. None of us know where we're going to go. Okay, but what we want to do is now. So, inshallah, I will do this at the. Yes, sir. You had another question?
Yeah.
But yes, sir.
I had a brother.
Yes, sir. I need to get you on the mic because I can't hear you back there. Yes, brother.
I had a brother. He returned to Allah 2 years ago. And he didn't leave no arrangements for anything. No money, no nothing. But he had plenty of money. And he ran through it. And so his children were so mad at him. He had 4 girls. And a boy. They were going to cremate him. And he had been in the community since the 60s. He hadn't been in the community. And my sister stepped in. She said, no, y'all not going to do that. He didn't leave no money or nothing. She said, y'all not going to do that. She said, we're going to give him a janaza. Yes. And so the insurance companies were, everybody was talking about $7,000, $8,000 for the funeral. And so, but the mortician in D.C., he did it for $4,000. And the girls got together and paid it. Some of them wouldn't know he could come through his janaza. And I said, no. I step into this from now. I said, you will be at the janaza. So all of them came to the janaza. My sister, she just jumped right in and said, no, y'all ain't gonna cremate it. That's what they were gonna do.
Yeah, this is. And there are other stories out there. We know them. We know some. We know some in our families. They don't have to be Muslims. But we know these issues. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make the point about funeral itself. You know, when you go, a lot of times the funeral director don't tell you about it. They want to sell you the most expensive.
Oh yeah.
Most expensive casket there is.
Yes.
And you know, Muslims don't really have all these expensive caskets.
Mm-hmm.
You get buried in a box.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to have all use flower arrangements, because it's better to have a prayer rug on your casket. And also, it does not have to be airtight. And they never tell you about that. This casket costs $3,000 just by itself, or $4,000 by itself. But you can knock off almost $1,200 to $1,500 if you don't have it airtight. I mean, they don't tell you that.
Right.
And Muslims don't really need it airtight anyway, because before you return to Allah, you know, the idea is to speed, you know, to your grave.
Right. Right.
That's what's,
Well, this is what we talk about at those vulnerable times. But it only happens because people don't plan. I told my wife, if I make my transition, and brother Ali, that's what I want to handle my arrangements. Brother Ali is excellent. He's just excellent. I've seen him do so many, and he was one of the panelists when we did this panel discussion at the convention. He came, he gave the information. He was excellent. He's actually excellent. So I told her he's the one I wanted to handle it, but to handle all the preparing the body and all like that. But we know it. Make sure it's done in the Islamic way. There's two hands. So I know it's one here. Yes, sir.
A lot of people don't realize, say if you're making arrangements for a family member Christian,
yes,
you don't have to get the casket from the funeral home. You can order a casket online. Right. Probably 1/3 of the cost the funeral home going to charge you, and it will still be there on time.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
A lot of money.
Yes.
Online.
Yes. Yes, sir, brother man.
There's one other thing that's very important.
Take the mic, brother. We'll put you on. Yes, sir.
One other thing that's very important that wasn't mentioned yet. Brother Ali mentioned it to me, and I didn't know it because, you know, in the burial procedure, because I know in Illinois you have to be buried in a vault, the casket, and so symbolically, what Imam Mohammed told us is sprinkle a little dirt in there, that to indicate you're willing. But actually now, I don't know, it's been like this all the time, but we didn't know. But Ali told me about this, that the Jews have a vault. Because the vault is to keep the cemeteries from sinking in holes. So they have a vault, the Jews have a vault, where there's no bottom to it, so that you can return to the earth. You know, it keeps the graves from sinking in. That's what the whole idea of the vault is, because when you put the dirt back in it, then you have holes collapsing. And so they have, and this is why I wanted to mention it, because I didn't know about it till he told me, that the Jews have a bottomless vault. You know, so it stands up to keep the earth from sinking in, but the body can still go right back to the earth. And on those caskets, they have cardboard caskets. That's what June was buried in, a cardboard.
Yeah, that's. I told my wife the cheapest way. Don't put all that money into the ground. All right, don't put all that money into the cheapest way, because I'm gone. Right. Yes, man.
In Michigan, we have, in Flint, we have 2 Muslim cemeteries.
Yes.
And you know, if you go into a Muslim cemetery, what Imam Ajim said, you can just use the vault, you can lease the casket, the body's taken out of the casket and placed in on the ground, on this side as the instruction says so. Right? And the casket can go back. And all Muslim cemetery, you can do this. If you don't know that, you can request that.
Yeah. Now that gives me something that we can kind of shoot for here, because I don't know of a Muslim cemetery in Chicago area. Now it may be. It is. Yeah. Well, we've already paid for ours. It ain't a Muslim cemetery, and it's already been paid for. So.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good to know. Yes, sir, brother man.
They have the biodegradable
casket. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, that's the one I want. I told my wife that's the one I want.
Bottomless.
Biodegradable. Let it all go back to the ground. All right. Don't put all that money into it.
No embalming.
No embalming. Well, Muslims are not to be embalmed. Now, just so you all know that.
That's one of the things that the funeral home will play on. You know, the vulnerability. Well, this casket is leak proof because you don't want water slipping.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Man, what you talking about?
Right. But you know what? If you have left arrangements and you just got Christian relatives, they don't. Certain things Muslims they don't know. They don't know. And so this is why we do. This is why I did this, and this is why we're doing this. Yes, sir, wait a minute, then, yes, sir.
There was a brother about 2 weeks ago, I don't know if he's here right now, his mother passed away.
Yes.
I think he was 95.
Yeah.
And when he came in, and he just didn't know what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And because we did Imam Eco, and everybody knows about it. I turned sent him to Otto did everything.
Okay, good.
I was there.
That's what I say. I know he, if I make my testimony, he's still here. That's why I want to have a man. Yes, sir, buddy.
So this might not apply, but for
Give-
Muslims, hold on.
Give him the mic.
For Muslims, we should make our desires known as what we want done with information that we've accumulated over the years. Some of us pass, and we have Christian relatives, and they don't realize the value of what we've accumulated.
Right.
And we've lost a lot of history. So to prevent that, that's something you should either relate to your relatives while you're living and have it written, and or make arrangements yourself. That's something we need to look at. That's something I believe you should add.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. Absolutely agree.
It's one other thing that we might look into as well. Somebody mentioned Muslim cemeteries.
Yes.
In Pine Bluff, what the Muslims did in the central Arkansas area was they bought a portion of a cemetery that was already existing. Because I don't know where a Muslim cemetery is around here. We might want to look into that because there are some cemeteries that they are just you go out on 109. You know.
Yeah, yes, I've been out there. There's plenty of land out there.
That's right.
Hasn't been developed yet.
Right.
But it's owned by the cemetery.
Owned by the cemetery. So we might be able to find some cemetery, and we might be able to Google and get the information on cemetery areas that's available. Because that's what they did in Pine Bluff. You know, they got that area and then they buried just like you're talking about.
We did the same thing. We did the same thing. You know, here somebody can take the responsibility and go to that cemetery. And in that cemetery, they got a gardener section, what they call. They have firemen, police department, have Jews, different, and they have set up a garden for the Muslim. And they would chart it facing the northeast and everything.
Right.
We did that in Flint.
Okay.
And they agreed. I mean, it wasn't no hassle or anything.
Yeah, because you're still buying the land from them. They ain't losing anything, you know.
So somebody could make that happen here, and you will have a Muslim cemetery.
Okay. All right, that's something. Yes, sir.
In Lansing, we worked with the allotment center there, and the first cemetery filled up, and we went and bought another one, but we participated because we said we wanted to help do our share. So they asked our masjid to share, and also because we were more resident than the other. But and all the things they said we take care of, we do.
Okay.
So we can take care of the body.
All right. Well, that's the next project. That's another project that. Okay.
I want to do one quick plug
okay.
that we have a Islamic cemetery. It's called Sand Hill Islamic Cemetery. It's down in Alabama where my mother lives, and I probably can assist in maybe some of that information for deeding the property
Yes.
and things like that.
Yes.
So
Okay.
I want to get that. I have it at home.
No Medina.
Okay.
They also have.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. You know, see.
I went to the burial. My uncle was buried.
Okay.
At a Muslim cemetery.
All right.
Yeah. Jam.
Okay. All right. This is good to know.
But that was out here somewhere. I can't remember where.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right. What did you find? Yes, ma'am.
Well, you know, a lot of Muslims are buried at Mount Glenwood here.
Yeah,
in the
they are.
area, because our Elijah Muhammad bought a lot of plots a long time ago.
Okay.
A lot of Muslims utilize those plots.
Okay.
And which is, I didn't know you could contract with the cemetery to buy portions of the cemetery.
Mhm.
That'd be a Muslim cemetery.
Right.
And they've still got plenty of land that's adjacent to a lot of Muslims that's buried there.
Okay.
You can buy all of that up, where the people are buried at and everything.
Well, this.
Possibly, I mean, I don't know, something.
It's something good to. It's good to, brother. Alameen, give me just a second. It's good to know. Hold on a second. It's just good to know this is a project that we can work on as a community. Just find out whatever you can find out and bring it back to us so we can talk about it. And for those who have not purchased already a grave site or a burial site, this is something that they can take advantage of. And the more information we have, the better we can prepare. Yes, sir, Brother Alameen.
Assalamu alaikum.
What was wrong?
I have an aunt out of my mother's family. She's the last one living.
Mm-hmm.
She's 80, she's 90.
Okay.
I was just down there with her 2 weeks ago. And my mother died. She said, y'all do what y'all got to do.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody gonna come back and tell us she's not gonna get a Muslim birth.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, all I want to do is see her before you close the casket.
Mm-hmm.
She said, that's all I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we got about a 3 or 4 acre cemetery, family cemetery.
Mm-hmm.
Like we can fill it up, take a long time to fill it up.
Okay. All right.
But,
okay.
Yeah. So, but
All right.
the way the janaza went, when they got finished with the janaza, the mortician and his wife come and grab me. Said, you just showed us something today. Said we're gonna change our will and everything. We want ours done just like you did today.
Mm-hmm.
She said, ain't no be none of that other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Said, you showed us something today.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna make sure ours did just like yours.
Well, that's a blessing.
That's right.
That's a blessing. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You know that. Well, all you all know that the Muslim janazah is very simple.
Right.
It's very simple. It's not all that. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make a suggestion that since this is such a very important topic, that this be like the introductory session, and each brother can take a page and kind of reiterate.
Okay. Well,